So guys, welcome to another gardening video on my channel. Today you're gonna come into the garden with me, right? I'm gonna give you some tips, some tricks. I hope you enjoy, I hope it's helpful. Let's do what it does. So first I have to come to the hanging, I call this my trellis garden. So you can see here there's some grapes growing. Guys, just make sure that you have some trellis for the grapes. You can see that they have a little bit of a trellis. So yeah, you know my plans for this garden. I'm gonna have another trellis and another trellis here, so the grapevines will then create basically a shade, and then this will be where all the shady or not too much sun loving crops will be. So yeah, first, this is the most beautiful. Let me just go deep in there. So we have some beans growing already. So beans, I told you, it's one of the quickest crops that you can grow. So I'm very happy that these are showing up. And a tip and a hack for beans: harvest as early as possible so that it encourages the bean to actually continue to grow. So if you harvest it late, when it actually has the beans inside, then it just kind of says, okay, that we just don't need to produce too much. But when you harvest early and often, then it says, oh, okay, we need to actually get more of these in, so we need to produce more of the beans. So you see here I have some more beans. These ones haven't produced any of the actual bean, the bean pods, but yeah, no, these are gonna soon produce, as you can see here. So as you can see by the flower, it's gonna start producing. This one as well, it's gonna start producing, you'll see. But this one, we have some harvest. So we have a nice purple bean harvest. Plug it right there, just plug it off. Easy, simple. Can put it in your salads, you can put it in your, I don't know, can mix it with something, and just how to harvest, very simple. You see how it's connected to this, just plug it off, and that's it. So yeah, we have some beans, which is really nice. And we have different varieties, as you can see. So this one is the purple bean. Then we have the bush malelane bean. This one is also starting to grow a bit. So yeah, there's not too many of the bush malelane, and there's one more here, and there's the purple beans. So most of them are the purple beans, and I really have found that the purple beans grow a lot quicker and like our climate in South Africa. So if you have the chance to grow some purple beans, I would definitely say go ahead and do it. And then as you can see, we have some peas. So I've really intermingled a lot of the peas, the beans, the tomatoes, as you can also see here. So I've really mixed up all of the hanging or trellising or plants that require support. I've put them all together, and I think it actually encourages them to grow more, because they just see their neighbor growing and they're like, hey man, why am I not pushing the system, bruv? So you see, like, look at this pea. I mean, it's intermingled with the beans, and you can see how tall the beans are as compared to the peas, and the peas are saying, hey, I need to also catch up, So this is one tip that I would definitely recommend. Grow your crops together. Have companion plants that support each other and support the growth of each other. So you see, like peas, beans, tomatoes, they really go really well together. They really like each other, so they will complement each other and they will encourage each other to grow. So I would definitely say, and this is just an example, look at this. I mean, this is beautiful. This tomato, this one we transplanted about maybe 2 weeks ago. It was one of the garden chores video. So you can see now it's doing pretty well, it's doing pretty healthy. So what I would do now is, you see here these bottom leaves, I would just take them out, just cut them off, and this just helps with disease. It will just help the tomato plant avoid diseases. Even this one, I'm sure I can take it out. You can already see that it's starting to get some, some disease here. So I can even take that out, and then I can just leave this top bit up, and you can even see already it's starting to produce some flower where the tomatoes will come out of. So even with the tomatoes, just make sure that they have support and they are growing up on something. So you see all of the trellis ones are over here. It's a beautiful sight. So you may be asking, so on the ground, what are you growing? Because there's always the trellis, but then there's always this space. So as you can see, I'm trying to grow some lettuce. So a lot of lettuce, because lettuce grows really well with most of these hanging plants. So you can see here, I have some lettuce. And I think these are doing pretty well. Also these here, I probably just need to put more seeds of the lettuce. But what is good is that I did and I did it just before it rained. So I just literally sprinkled some lettuce seeds all over here, and we'll see, I guess in a week, 2 weeks, we'll see some growth. And as you can see here, we have Lola Rosa. So this is a lettuce, Lola Rosa lettuce. We also have some nanas over there growing. So yeah, we have just some varieties of lettuce that are growing, and you can see here tomatoes, a bunch of tomatoes. So tomatoes are I'm really trying this season to grow a lot of tomatoes. At least when you have companion plants, as I said before, have some companion plants, grow things together. It just benefits all the vegetables. So here we have some peas mixed in with some baby marrow, and you can see here there's just a bunch, and there's also some lettuce as well in there, mixed in with there. So with the baby marrow, you can see how closely they've been put together. I'm probably going to need to trellis. So again, I'm not trellis to transplant these. So yeah, you see, I think if maybe we can have this one, that one I think is fine, but you see that one, it's a bit too close. There is fine. You see, having maybe one here, cut this one, and then one here, I think that could work. So yeah, just baby marrow just requires just a little bit of space. I would say just take your foot maybe and just measure, and at least if it's like 2 feet to 1 foot, then it should be fine with the spacing. So yeah, we have some peas don't mind any of the spacing, don't worry, as long as you just give them some support, they will do perfectly fine. So you see, I have a bunch and a bunch growing, and these are very quick. So if you want a quick growing crop, peas are the way to go. Then we have some tomatoes. You see, I'm gonna have to transplant these because they don't want to be grown too close to each other. It's just gonna suck out their energy. So I just need to transplant some of these, but I'm gonna do it when they're more mature, so that they are not too shocked when they are moved. So yeah, guys, I just saw that there's some basil. There's some basil growing. Everybody cheer and applaud. We have also a nana here as well. Look, I'm so happy we have some basil. Woo! So here we have some more baby marrow, and as I said, you see, like these, they're actually not too badly placed, but this one has been eaten. It's been eaten by a lot of stuff. I don't even know what actually can process this, but I guess it's nature telling me, hey man, the spacing is not okay. So I'm gonna take that one out. There's even this one that's here. There's this one, there's that one as well that's doing pretty well as well. So yeah man, we just and I think also most of them have been eaten. So if you also having a problem like this, I would say netting. Just try and get some netting for these, because I can probably think it's either rats or I don't even know what would be eating this. If you know, put it in the chat, let me know. But I thought that baby marrow had a lot of like the actual plant wasn't desirable, So I'm learning, right? Then we have some nasturtium. You see, I have some interplanting, guys, and I'm so happy with this nasturtium. It's growing really pretty, really nicely. As you can see, the flowers are really developing so nicely. And then in this we have corn. So we have some corn in there. I actually planted a lot more corn, and I'm waiting for the rain to do what it does, and just to to germinate some of the remaining corn. But these ones were the early germinators. They came up, they said we're here, we're growing. So I'm really excited. I think the spacing is also pretty good. I think the spacing is not too bad. I think some maybe might need to just move in a bit, but I think it's really it's really good. I would say that as long as there's some spacing. So if you look at this one and this one, that's good spacing. I would say these two ones, see, like these, now when it gets too close, these two are too close to each other, so I probably need to just separate them. So it's just about intuition, huh? Like these two also, just move them a bit. Maybe this one can go here. But with corn, you can also grow them fairly close to each other. They don't mind with how close as well. And we have some more over here as well. Some more corn. So I'm hoping that within a week, 2 weeks, we start to see more of the corn growing. And then I can, if they're not, then I'm probably gonna plant some more. And I wanted to plant the baby marrow and the corn together, so that they can basically companionize each other. Then moving to my root crops. The root crops, again, guys, the root crops, I direct sow them. Direct sow, I don't compromise on that. I just think when you direct sow root crops, they do so much better. So as you can see, I hope you can see, we have some beetroot. Here's, maybe there you can see, we have some beetroot seeds growing. So these I planted about maybe a week ago. I hope you can see. There we go. So I planted these about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, no, actually a week ago, just in time for the rain. So now they are starting to germinate, and yeah, you can see that there's some nice germination for the beetroot. And again, how I planted, I just sprinkled. So I just sprinkled the line, and yeah, I just hope for the best. Let nature do what nature does. And what I would say is just water every week, or just for the first 5 days, for the first week, just water like every day, I would say, or every other day, just so that the young ones are able to just soak up some water and it's not dry for them. So also here I planted some carrots. So you can see here that it's very barren. So here we had some carrots I harvested last week. I even put up a shorts for that. So yeah, I harvested last week. So, and then after harvesting, I just planted some more carrots. So you'll see some carrots also popping up soon there. Here we have some radish. I also planted some radish, so I'm waiting for that to also pop up. Then you can see I have some marigold interplanting again, companion planting, you can see. So here we have some marigold, we have some more marigold, and they're starting to flower. So it's all good. So you have to have the companion planting. Yeah. Then we move swiftly to the spinach patch. Guys, I used to, like, my spinach patch used to be basically my pride and joy, and now it's taking a flip. Now it's being my nuisance and unjoy. But basically it's just not doing as well as I know it to do. So yeah, I really want to try and I don't know, I need your help here, because I'm thinking the best thing probably is to just put more compost, and maybe to just wait for another rainfall, and then let the compost just basically add more nutrients to the patch. So but if you have other suggestions, let me know. I really want to plant more spinach as well in these gaps, and maybe if they don't grow too big, but I also don't want too much spinach, so maybe I can put in some other companion plants in between. And already you see we have a carnation. We have a carnation that's growing really nicely, attracts a lot of bees. It's so it just adds a nice pop of color to the garden. And then we also have comfrey, nice to add some nutrients as well to the garden. So yeah, I'm just thinking, you know what, maybe I just need to put more, just put some compost on here. And also it's very early in the season, so maybe I must just give it some time to also soak in some water, get more fresh. And I'm also obviously I'm going to harvest some more so that the new growth can show up as well. Then here, you know, we have some lettuce, we have some spinach obviously as well, some more. We have some lettuce over there, some more lettuce, and you see I've really put the lettuce together a lot. You see in this patch here, this one has a lot of lettuce just bundled all together, this one as well. So yeah, I want to see basically if I need to transplant. But again, with spinach, I mean with lettuce, you don't really need to thin them, because they don't mind the spacing. But I just want to see, you know, how well these plants do grow together, and if it has any adverse when you plant it too close. So you see this one has a one alone, but it doesn't look any better than this one. You know, no offense mate, no offense. So yeah, you know, there's that one there. So I think what I want to do is also plant some more, and I've planted some more lettuce in here, just so that we can have some more lettuce growing in the rows. Then we have some pomegranate. So this pomegranate tree really doing really nicely. This one has really become a a nice signal for when spring is around, because this one was one of the first to actually sprout. It was one of the first to show its flowers. So yeah, I actually don't know how long it takes for the pomegranate to actually start to produce some fruit. So yeah, if you know, let me know, put it in the chat. Let's help each other over here. Let's create a thing, you know. Yeah, then we have some more nasturtium as well. And then moving here, we have some cabbage. You see, cabbage is not my friend this season, even though the season is just starting. So here is a Chinese chihili. It's gone to seed. It doesn't like our climate. I've tried this, growing this like maybe 3 times. Both have germinated really nicely, and then it starts to seed. Literally within, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, just starts to seed. And this has happened all 3 times that it's just started to seed. So maybe these ones, if you have a lot of shade, maybe they'll like the climate. But I think this one is in too much of the sun, and it just starts to seed and it doesn't produce. So yeah, if you have a lot of shade, maybe try the cabbage chihili and let me know how that goes. Then moving to the herbs. So I love, you see this is going to have a lot of bees showing up. Love to see it. So this is sage that is now seeding. So what I'm going to do is let's just let it seed and let nature do what it does, and literally create some more sage plants for me. And I'm just going to let that grow the way it needs to grow. So yeah, this is supposed to be my herb garden. I really struggle with herbs. I need to probably start them indoors and then take them outside, just so I have more of a success rate with them. I think if you have problems with herbs, I think that's the best method that you can try. Then here, this is a funny one. This one I have some potatoes. This is basically my drop and chop and see what happens section. So as you can see here, I had some old pumpkins as well, and the pumpkins are starting to grow here. I have this corn even that has been eaten by the birds. So yeah, but mainly it's the potatoes that are growing here. So yeah, basically this has just become like a compost pile. I'm trying to just basically give nutrients to the potatoes naturally and see how well they do. And I'm probably also gonna do a video on how to grow potatoes in containers, in different methods, and see what the success rate for each of those methods are. So yeah, the potatoes just a work in progress, and yeah, I think they're still early to be harvested. I love that the rain probably gave them at least some moisture, so that's good. So that will bring me to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have some more suggestions for videos, just drop it in the comments. You know, I'm trying to basically have every month have certain types of content. So if you can give me some recommendations on what you would like to see every month, you know, let me know and I'll do what it gotta does. I love you all. Love, peace, grow every single day.